Name the various races that live in South Africa. So South Africa has a blend or intermixing of races. Black people who belong to South Africa, whites who came to settle there, and Indians who came as laborers and traders. What do you mean by apartheid? That is racism. Apartheid means separation on people on the basis of the race. This is known as apartheid. Name one black township. So Southwestern Township, Soweto is the one black township. Who was Hector? What did he want? Hector was a black. He was a non-white. He wanted to learn his own language, Zulu. Name the party that fought against the system of apartheid. The African National Congress, headed by the great Nelson Mandela, who is responsible for helping to resolve conflict or differences. So it is the responsibility of the government to resolve conflict and differences. What is the role of police when there is a chance of violence? The police try their best to ensure that violence does not take place. That is, they take all the proactive actions in order, if something could happen, it should not. How did Dr. Ambedkar and many others like his views equality and justice? See, they thought that justice can only be achieved when all the people, regardless of their caste, creed, religion, gender, and their wealth, are treated equally. How do our society views boys and girls? Again, very unfortunate, but in our society there is general tendency to value and care for boy children, a boy child more than girl child. Again, unfortunate, the society does not keep boys and girls at the same level. And this has to be from the roots. The mother and father should teach that their kid, you can say a boy child, that he needs to respect every woman, because without women nobody can come. She can only give birth, men couldn't. So the value of a girl child should be supreme. They are the creator. Actually, we say God is the creator, but in my terms, girls are the creator, because they can create the next generation. Okay, that is why we call Ma or mother as a face of God. So why to differentiate between a God and others? They should be treated best. What does government do to promote justice among girls? So the government provides special provision, or they should have some schemes like this to promote justice among the girl. They may lower the school fees of the girl. They may even zero the fees of the girl. They can give, you can say, some subsidy in their education, higher education, and various other things that the girl life is all about. Every stream, the government can do whatever it can to decrease the pressure which the mother and father feel for a girl, that is for marriage, etc. So the government should do all those things that would lower the price or the burden on the parents. That is prevailing. I'm not saying that it should be, but in our society it is like that. So what to do? What are apartheid laws? South Africa was earlier governed by apartheid laws. South African people were divided into white, black, Indian and colored races. So according to these apartheid laws, these races were not allowed. That is, these black, Indian and colored races, they were not allowed to mingle with each other. Means with the whites. To live near each other, even to use common facilities. They have all these facilities all different from the whites. What happened to Hector and his classmates? Why did it happen? So Hector and his classmates, because they were non-whites, they were blacks, living in one black township named Soweto, were being forced to learn the language of whites, which was Afrikaans. But they wanted to learn their own language, that is Zulu, and join the protest against the learning of Afrikaans language in school. The South African police, they beat up the protester ruthlessly and recklessly and shot at the crowd. They start shooting, and one of the bullet actually killed Hector. So unfortunate. Hector was the native of that country. He belonged to South Africa, and the people coming from outside, they are killing him. Write a short note on the African National Congress. So the African National Congress, or ANC, a group of people who led the struggle against the system of apartheid. Dr. Nelson Mandela was their leader. The struggle got intensified under his leadership. He fought the apartheid system for several years. Finally, the system was abolished in 1994, and South Africa became a sovereign democratic country in which people of all races were considered equal. How does the power of the government got limited? The power of the government gets limited by regular elections. Elections after 5 years in our country. So elections are usually held once in 5 years. As I said, in our country, once elected, government can stay in power only for that period. If they want to continue to be in power, then they have to be re-elected by the people. And this is the moment when people can sense their power in the democracy. When do conflicts occur? What happens afterwards? So conflicts occur when people of different cultures, religions and regions and economic background, they do not get along with each other. They don't mingle with each other. So when some among them feel that they are being discriminated against. So this is the root cause of the conflict. This leads to fear and tension among others living in this area or in their area. One of the ways of participating is to take interest in the working of the government and to criticize it when required. Explain with an example. See, criticism is your right. You have chosen the government. Now it is your right to criticize them if something they are doing wrong. They are not dictators. There is no anarchy or monarchy. This is a democratic elected government, and you are responsible, and you hold the responsibility and the idea to actually acknowledge if they are doing good work, and if they are not doing good work, then just criticize them. It is one of the most important way of participation. We can prove it through an example. In August 2005, when a particular government of a party increased the money people had to pay for electricity, people expressed their disapproval very sharply, because electricity comes under the basic amenity. They took rallies and also organized a signature campaign. The government tried to explain and defend its decision, but finally listened to the people opinion and withdrew the increment in the prices. So the government had to change its decision, because it is responsible to the people, and people, if they don't like, they doesn't like, then because they are being elected by the people only, government has the responsibility to attend to any kind of problem that the people are facing. How do rivers become a source of conflict between states? See, rivers can also become a source of conflict between states. A river, it may say, there is a one state, second state, third state, and these states we have made on the basis of their language being spoken. Now, a river is going like this. It may pass across various states. So, a river may begin in one state, flow through other, and end in third. So, the sharing of river water between different states that the river goes through is becoming an issue of conflict. It has been a conflict. We can cite an example of Kaveri water dispute between Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. The water stored in Krishna Sagar Dam in Karnataka is used for irrigation purpose or irrigating a number of districts and for meeting the needs of city of Bangalore or Bangalore. The water stored in Methur Dam in Tamil Nadu is used for crops grown in the delta region of the state. So the conflict arises because both dams are on the same river. The downstream dam in Tamil Nadu can only be filled up if the water is released from the upstream one located in the Karnataka, that is the Krishna Sagar Dam. Therefore, both states can't get as much water as they need for people in their states. So these lead to conflict. Now it is the job of the central government to step up and see that a fair distribution is worked out for these two states. Right? It's been 30 plus years that this conflict is going on, and the government is not addressing it.